Namaste, beautiful souls. Let's meet standing at the front of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. Lengthen the tailbone towards the mat. Lift through the heart space and the crown of the head. And close the eyes. Today's class will be a slow flow with the intention of opening and strengthening the shoulders and back. But before we begin, let's take a moment to drop in to this moment here, to leave behind the day thus far. Take a deep breath in and slowly let it go. Another deep breath in, expanding the rib cage and the heart space. And slowly release the breath along with the tension or the stress of the day. One more breath here. Next inhale, inhale the right arm forward, up and back, and then follow it with the left arm forward, up and back. Opening through the shoulder socket like you're doing the backstroke. Slowly, with intention. Inhale both arms up. Clasp your hands above your head and reach over to the right. Side bend. Ground down through the left foot. Open through the left side body. You can look up. Back to center and over to the right. Press down through the right foot. Back to center. Release the hands above your head and bring them to clasp behind your back. If you can't reach, here grab a towel or a shirt or anything that'll allow you to hold your hands behind you in this fashion. Clasp your hands or clasp the towel behind you. Lift through the heart space, lengthen the tailbone, engage the core so you're not splaying your rib cage open. We want to tighten the core and lift, grow taller, while opening through the front of the shoulders. Take a big breath here. And from here, take your fists over to your right hip, like so. Press your right elbow back in towards your body. And let your right ear fall in the direction of your right shoulder. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the right shoulder and neck area. Again, remember to lengthen the tailbone towards the floor and lift through the heart space, engage the core, just slightly, so you don't have too much of an arch in the back. Come back to center, and this time take the clasp over to the left side. Squeeze that left elbow in towards the body and let the left ear fall in the direction of the left shoulder. Continue to focus on slowing down the breath. And set the intention to perhaps fill the whole body with breath on your inhales. Notice how it creates expansion in the rib cage and the heart space and in the belly, and maybe you can feel it in other places in your body as well. Release from the side, come back to center, keep the clasp, And take a big step along the length of your mat. Hold the clasp. Inhale, open the heart, look up. And exhale with a flat back, forward fold with the clasp. You can keep a micro bend in your knee. Bring your toes just slightly in. So you're slightly pigeon-toed to feel a nice stretch on the outside of your legs. Make sure your shoulders don't creep up by your ears. Shoulder blades lengthen down the spine while your hands move in the direction of the floor. You can release the clasp. Allow the hands to come to the mat or to blocks. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Plant the left hand or spidey fingers in the center of the mat. Inhale, twist, reach your right arm towards the sky. Reach up, overhead, and then switch. Take the right hand to the mat. Inhale, the left arm up, twist. Reach up, overhead, and release. Inhale, half lift. Pause here, take your hands to your hips, and then come all the way up to standing. Come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms down, around, and up, and exhale, flat back, forward fold. Cross your arms above your head, shoulders down the spine, don't let them fall heavy by the ears. Micro bend in the knees or deep bend in the knees. And let your crown of head be heavy. Sway left and right. Shake your head yes and no. On your next inhale, plant the left palm or spidey fingers and inhale the right arm up, bend through the left knee. Reach up and over and switch sides, bend through the right knee, inhale the left arm up. Reach up overhead, exhale fold. Inhale, half lift, core engaged, flat back, crown of head lengthens away from you. And exhale, plant the palms and step it back to plank. Take your feet wider than normal, so maybe hip distance apart, core engaged. And then reach your right arm forward, 3-pointed plank. Release the hand back down, left arm forward, core tight. Try to keep your hips square and release. Inhale, hold. And exhale, squeeze your elbows in towards your body. Bring the belly to the mat. Come onto the tops of the feet. Reach your arms up ahead of you. Inhale, lift both arms and both legs. Squeeze at the top and release. Lift again, both arms, both legs, squeeze, hold at the top. 2, 3. Take a moment to pause at the top. 4. We're moving slowly today. 5. 6. 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Squeeze at the top, hold, and release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, toes together, and press all the way back into child's pose. Palms face the ceiling, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, walk your hands forward, spread the fingers wide, flip the toes under, and press up into downward facing dog. Shake the head yes and no. Release the tension in the neck, walk it out, or hold a still dog, your choice. Inhale the right leg up, keep the hips square. Flex the foot, pinky toes toward the mat. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Press your left heel away from you. Shoulders over hips. Inhale here, and then exhale the left hand on the inside of the right leg. You can heel toe your right foot out a little bit farther so you're in a wider stance, the width of the mat. And inhale your right arm up. Easy twist. Reach up overhead. Plant the palms, step it back to plank. Again, take your feet a bit wider than you normally would, perhaps about hip distance or a little wider apart. And then take your right hand to your left shoulder. Squeeze the core, left hand to right shoulder. Do 10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, you can always do this from your knees. 3, 4, 5. Press your heels away from you. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Plank. Squeeze the elbows in towards the body. Bring the belly to the mat. Flip the toes over. Inhale, cobra. Baby cobra. Just make it easy. And release. Forehead to the mat. Take both arms up overhead again. And this time, inhale. Right arm, left leg up. And then left arm, right leg up. Swimmers. So we'll do 10. Opposite hand to foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plant the palms underneath the shoulders and press back into child's pose. Walk your hands forward, spread the fingers wide, flip the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, square the hips, pinky toes facing the mat. Flex the foot. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Inhale here and exhale the right hand to the mat. Heel toe the foot a little wider so we have a lot more space. And then inhale the left arm up. Easy twist. Create space. Allow there to be openness in the body. Press the right heel away from you. Enjoy the stretch. Reach up overhead, plant the palms, and step it back to plank. Press the heels away from you. And this time take the right hand forward and lift the left foot. Release. Left arm forward, right foot up. Balance. And release. Plank. Bring the belly to the mat. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Nice and easy. And release. And this time, reach both arms up overhead. Inhale, lift the heart space. And exhale, squeeze the elbows in towards the body. Working on your upper back muscles. So imagine you have a pencil in between your shoulder blades. And you have to squeeze that pencil there and hold it. So reach and squeeze. Keep the heart space open, reach and squeeze. 2, reach, this is tough, and squeeze. 3, reach, squeeze. 4, lengthen the crown of the head away from you, lengthen the back of the neck. 5, press down through the feet. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. Squeeze and hold and lift and release. Oof. Press back into child's pose. Walk the hands forward, spread the fingers wide, and press up into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, keep the hips square. And exhale, step it through, drop the back foot down. And windmill the arms up into warrior 2. Press the knife edge of the back foot. You can slightly turn your left hip in so that you're not rotating your right knee in. You want the right knee directly in line with the toes. Shoulders relaxed. Arms engaged. Now take the arms behind, clasped. Open through the heart space in the shoulders. Inhale here. And exhale, bring your body over towards the right leg, side angle, but with the clasp. So you have to use your core to keep you upright here. And then release the clasp, side angle, right elbow to right thigh. Reach up. And from here, take your left arm, swoop it down, back down, and around. And again, opening up through the shoulders. If you hear some crackling or popping, that's normal. Don't be alarmed as long as there's no pain. If there's pain, please back off. And now in the other direction, forward. Back into side angle. Inhale, come back into warrior 2. Straighten through the right leg. Reach forward, hinge at the hips. And then allow your right hand to fall towards the mat or your shin or a block. And reach the left arm up, triangle pose. Reach up overhead, open through the left side body. Bring both hands to the mat. Step it back to plank. And this time, chaturanga to upward facing dog. Optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, square the hips, pinky toe towards the mat. And exhale, step it through. Drop the right heel down and windmill the arms up, warrior 2. Now clasp my hands behind, reverse the clasp. Open through the heart space, lift, inhale here. And exhale, side angle with the clasp. Core tight. And release the clasp, side angle. And sweep the arm back, around, forward, and up. Open through the shoulder blades. Enjoy this mobility that we have. And then the other direction. And side angle, reach up. And then come back into warrior two. Straighten through the left leg, hands at the hips, reach forward, triangle pose. Trikonasana. Open through the right side body. Reach up overhead, plant the palms, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Now spread the fingers wide. Take the fingers to face just slightly inward. Walk your feet in a little closer, bend the knees, lift the hips. From here, for my advanced yogis, we're going to jump the knees into the chest and then do a shoulder push-up. For my beginner yogis, we can just skip the jump, bend the knees, lift the hips high so your ears are between your biceps, and just bend at the elbows and press back up in just a shoulder push-up, okay? So we'll do 10 and then meet me in downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you mess up, that's okay. We all mess up. 10. And then meet me in downward facing dog when you're done. Bring the knees to the mat. Hips over knees. Walk your hands as far forward as they'll go. And then release your forehead to the mat. Shoulders down the spine. And if you'd like a deeper back bend, you can rest your chin and your heart space on the mat. Walk your hands back in. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, thread it through. And come back to center. Inhale the left arm up this time and thread it through. Come back to center, flip the toes back under, downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. This time open the hip on top of the left. Bend the knee. And you can stay here or drop the right foot behind you. Lift the hips. Wild thing. And flip back over. Bring the right leg forward to set up for pigeon. Inhale, lift the heart. Square the hips. Press the left hip down. And walk your hands forward. Come back to the breath. Press through the top of the left foot. Make sure the left hip doesn't rise. Inhale, walk your hands back in towards the body, but this time walk them over to the left a little bit, and then come back down into pigeon with a little bit of a variation. Press the left hip down. Walk your hands back to center. Flip the left toes under, hop back into three-legged dog. A couple leg circles with the right leg. Inhale the left leg up, open the hip, bend the knee, stay here. Or drop the left foot behind you. Flip over into wild thing, lift the hips high. And flip back over pigeon on the left side. So set yourself up. Inhale, find space, find length, press through the back of the right, or the top of the right foot, press the right hip down, and then walk your hands forward as far as is comfortable. Walk your hands back in towards your body, and then over to the right, and walk them back out for a few breaths here. Back to center, flip the right toes under, hop back up into three-legged dog, a couple leg circles. Just open that hip back up. And then come onto your knees, flip onto your bum. Take your feet hip distance apart, hands behind you, fingers facing towards you. Feet close in towards your bum. And then inhale, lift up into reverse tabletop. Make sure your toes are facing directly forward, toes under knees. And we'll hop the hips over to the left and over to the right. Left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to center. Release the bum. Let the legs go long. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward fold. inhale, come back up. Keep your heels on the mat and take your hands around behind you. Bring your forehead to the mat, twist. And over to the other side, twist. And back to center. Take the soles of the feet together, cobbler's pose. Inhale, open through the heart, flat back, exhale, fold. Take your right hand over to the right, left hand to right knee. Twist just a little bit of a different kind of twist. And back to center, switch sides. Make sure your back is straight, heart open. Back to center. Take the soles of your feet onto the mat, roll down onto your back. Take the right foot in to your hands, flex the foot. You can keep your left leg bent. Hamstring stretch. And then allow your right leg to cross over your left, twist. Back up, switch sides, take your right sole of the foot to the mat, left foot in your hands, flex the foot. And then cross your right knee on top of your left, twist the other direction, knees to the right. Come back to center. Let your legs go long. Take your hands onto the mat underneath your bum. Shimmy your shoulders up underneath your heart space. And inhale, lift the heart, come onto the crown of the head. Fish pose. And release. Allow the palms to face the ceiling now, the feet to fall left and right. And move them as wide as the mat. Take up space here. Make sure your heart space is still open, your shoulders are underneath your back, your rib cage. Take a deep breath here and release. Another long, deep, full breath, filling your entire body with air. And slowly release. One more breath like this. Inhale so much that you feel like you might explode. You can't take any more air in. And release it as slowly as possible. Stay here in Shavasana for as long as you're able, noticing the benefits of the practice, how your body might feel different, your mind might feel different now. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Namaste.